Hey guys, welcome back to Kuma Style Reviews. This is a supplemental video for the PA01 through 03 sets. I believe PA01 is Megatron over here, Super Tank. PA02 is Samurai, which is Bludgeon. And PA03 is Master, or the kit for Overlord. So, I'm doing all three. They all go together the exact same way, but I just want to show you guys how they go. Alright, so the Bludgeon and Overlord kit for Samurai and Master, they each come with a big bazooka, shoulder cannon, hand rifles, small knife, bigger sword, and then a variety of heads as well as a crotch piece. Super Tank comes with less pieces because he doesn't have the face or head upgrades. He just comes with the big cannon, hand rifle, swords, and the crotch piece. Okay, so I love Megatron in tank mode so you can see how this goes together, you know, in each form. So with the big gun, that slides forward, that piece right there. And if I remember correctly, this line, there's a piece right here that tabs in over here. So, or does it go this way? I'm not sure, no. It actually goes over there. Okay. So it just tabs on the top there. Now, as for this crotch piece, just lift the back up a little bit. See how it has that kind of pyramid shape to it? This indent part, it just wedges in. And I do have to cover up the camera to do it. Sorry about that. There's really no way around it. And that gives you weapon storage for the hand rifle. It just pegs in. So there's that. Now, for all of these, you're actually going to take off their generic swords, and then the bigger sword just goes in its place. And these weapons are awesome. They're just really nice big die casts, and it pegs in and holds really well. Okay? So there's that. And you do the same with the smaller knife too. So, if I remember correctly, I should have done that first. But the smaller knife, pull it out, put the new awesome die cast knife in, oops, and then just put it right back. And we will go ahead and peg that back on. Alright? And there's the tank. Now, like I said, I've got the other two in robot mode. And for the weapons on Megatron, they're all the same mold. They're going to go in the exact same way. So, I'm going to take out their bigger swords. A little bit hard reaching around the camera. Okay. Now, to take off their heads, this is probably the part that's going to lead up to the most questions. Per the instructions, it says, okay, turn it to the right, take one screw off, turn it to the left. You can see the screw hole there, or maybe you can't, but that's not accessible. So, what you have to do, and this is thanks to Matt Booker, on a post from like 2010 regarding this mode, or mold. Alright, so this flips out just for the transformation, these bottom leg parts. So we're just going to loosen up the thighs there. We are going to push the head down, pull it. These click into place, so it is going to give you some friction there. We're going to do just like we're transforming it. Alright, we're actually going to take it and flip it around. So you've got that. Okay? From there, you're able to push the head up way farther. Zoom that in. Now, and this is using the year cup upgrade kit. We're just gonna unscrew the head, and this is actually my first time doing it. The only thing I practiced beforehand was was getting the head to extend farther. Alright. Oops, I'm not even in camera, jeez. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. And the same thing goes for Gigatron or Overlord. And just a note, I don't know if it's just the paint, the age, what, but I had to take, once I unscrewed it, just a razor, and wedge the two halves. Alright? And Overlord, his is a lot easier. You don't even have to do that trick to get his head up farther. You actually can reach his by just turning the head around. So, there you go. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the heads for Overlord and Bludgeon, Samurai Master. Overlord just has the two options. Alright. Regular and I believe the beat up face is from Last Stand of the Wreckers. Pretty sure. Okay. Bludgeon definitely has a couple more options here. He's got two helmets. And then these two face choices, they each have two. One on the front, one on the back, the one on the, well, I don't know what's front and what's back, but one side's a more traditional skeleton type, the other's a bit more cyborg, robotic, but the difference is one's silver, one's white. So they both slide in to the helmets the exact same. They each have two tabs on the side and a peg hole in the middle. So you just slide them up. They do go in pretty tight. I'm going to zoom out here. Hey, what's up everybody? Sorry to interrupt the current video, but this is kind of cool. Found this out while actually doing photos for it. So for the more samurai style mask, the one with the big bun up there, the front of the mask actually comes off, and it's way easier to wedge in and get these faces out. And then just turn them around like so and pop it right back on. There's two pegs, and I guess you could say four pegs because they're kind of like slits or whatever, but four areas where this tabs in, and it tabs in pretty tight but comes off easy at the same time. So just make sure it's flush, and there you go. These, they just go on to the head and hold by friction. So there you go. And they're not insanely tight to the point where you can't get the helmet off, but they're not going to fall off or anything like that. That goes for both of them. With Gigatron or Overlord, we'll just do that one. Now the one thing that I do wish about Overlord, his heads are die cast, which are great, but the blue isn't an exact match, but it does look cool. I like the shine to it and stuff like that. I actually prefer that color over the default blue, and there's that. And both of these transform. So for him, you just take that fin piece in the back and flip it down. So we'll take that, flip it back up. Okay. And on the individual reviews, I'll look at the heads in a bit more detail, but there you can see. Alright. Now the weapons, the storage, you can either store them in the cannons or in their hands. But before we do that, I do want to look at these tab pieces here. One problem with the mold is a lot of times these inner thighs will flare out and things like that, so this piece also works to hold them together. You just tab it right in there. It works as a spacer piece. The same thing for Gigatron over here. And for those who are wondering what Overlord this is actually a BotCon exclusive. It came with the 2012 Shattered Glass box set, so even though it's in traditional colors, it's considered Shattered Glass Gigatron for whatever reason. I don't remember the fiction, but okay, there's that. Now, to put these cannons on, you can either extend them or you can choose not to. Your choice. But you have to turn it sideways because there's a little tab right here. And on each of their right shoulders, let's see if I can zoom in and actually show you. See how there's that gap there? That piece actually wedges in. Oops. Bring it off camera a little bit just so I can see. Then we'll zoom out. And like I said, you can keep it extended. I really don't like the extended look on the cannon. So there's that. Alright, as for his knife, I'll take the small knife out, put the new cool knife in, and there's no particular order that it comes to when putting all this stuff together. Some people might like to put the head on last. Who knows? But that's on you, so. Okay. It does, these weapons are heavy, so it makes them a bit off balanced, as you can see. I have not really figured out a trick for that yet. I do wish that he had more ankle tilt, but, you know. Alright, so there's that. Guns are the standard 5mm pegs, so they can be shared with other figures and things like that. Okay. And we're on Megatron right now. It's collapsed like that. The big sword actually extends so you have a handle. And there you go. Zoom in a bit on him. And it does, it really gives him a look of a almost entirely different figure. It's nice. And I'm not a big fan of the hybrid movie molds either, but this is a good upgrade kit for him if you really want a classics Voyager bludgeon. Probably help if I put his feet correctly. Actually, if I put it forward, I'm thinking on the fly here, it's going to give him some ankle support, but yeah. See what I mean? It does take away from his balance, but there you go. What I did, I pulled his feet forward so that the back tank parts can actually work as heels. So, there you go. Alright, go ahead and do the same thing with old Gigatron. I'm just wedging that piece in. Okay. And he already wants to fall forward. I mean, that's... The sword pegs right in. I'm not going to put a sword in or anything like that. Okay, there you go. That is the assembly for Perfect Master, Samurai, and Super Tank.